Well, ladies and gentlemen, the first round of the NBA draft was last night, and obviously Cooper Flagg went number one. We are going to recap the draft on Monday once the full rounds are finalized. Tomorrow we will talk about the Club World Cup, or we might switch it up and talk about the draft tomorrow, or Club World Cup will be finalized on, of course, Monday. But regardless, the next two videos are gonna be the Club World Cup and the NBA draft recap. That is what we're going to do in the next couple of videos. But in today's video, we of course are going to be talking about the Gold Cup. We are going to talk and predict the Gold Cup knockout round and who makes it to the finals and who eventually wins the Gold Cup. But first, if you are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Again, like I said, next couple of videos are either going to be the NBA draft recap or, of course, the Club World Cup FIFA predictions. Whichever one gets finalized first, we will talk about that. So, hit that sub button, leave a comment down below. Let's go ahead and hop right into predicting the Gold Cup knockout round. Alright, I got the bracket pulled up on the screen to my left over here. We are going to predict the, of course, Gold Cup knockout stages, starting off with Panama versus Honduras. Again, I'm not too caught up to speed on either of these teams. I don't know much about either of these teams, but I have a feeling that Panama is going to win this game just because I recognize that their name. And again, I know that they have a lot of players. They lead the league, or they lead CONCACAF right now in goals scored. So that is going to play a major factor against a smaller Honduras team, and I think that that is the reason why Panama moves on to this semifinal matchup. Next up, of course, we have Mexico versus Saudi Arabia. This will be a very interesting matchup. Team USA did play Saudi Arabia in the group stage in their second matchup. They were a physical team. I expect that to continue moving on to the knockout stage round. But I think that Mexico gets the job done just because they have, again, another one of the leaders in goal scorers in the Gold Cup so far. They do have 3 goal scorers that can score goals. I think Mexico, just all around, their attacking is going to be better, and I don't think that Saudi Arabia is going to be able to keep up with them. They were barely able to keep up with the United States. So, with that being said, Mexico will move on to face Panama in the semifinals of the Gold Cup knockout stages. Now, the next, of course, knockout round for the quarterfinal matchup is Canada versus Guatemala. Gonna go with Canada here. Guatemala should not stand a chance against Canada. Canada has been one of the league's most attacking teams when it comes to offensive efficiency. I'm gonna go with Canada to move on to the next round. They won their group, I believe. So I'm very interested to see what happens next with them in that matchup there. And then the last one, USA versus Costa Rica. This is going to be a tougher task for the U.S. men's national team. That is for sure. Obviously, they were able to handle Saudi Arabia pretty well. And I think in the group stage, that was their toughest opponent in the group stages, which is why I think that if they play like they played against Saudi Arabia in this quarterfinal matchup, then USA is going to go all the way. They have 2 really great set piecers in Malik Tillman and obviously Berhalter. Berhalter, I believe that 1-2 punch is going to be really kind of important here when it comes to set piecing and trying to score goals as well. Again, Diego Luna, one of these strikers for the U.S. men's national team, did make the All-Star game as well. Then you have Patrick Amajuan, which I don't understand how this dude keeps getting started, and he is in the MLS All-Star game as well, but I don't understand how he keeps starting in these games for the U.S. men's national team. Is it because they don't have anybody else? Well, then maybe you play Adams somewhere or something like that. But, again, all this drama surrounding the U.S. men's national team, they can shut up the drama if they win this quarterfinal matchup. I think they do, and I think that they move on to the semifinal round to face, of course, Canada. Then we have the 2 semifinal matchups in Panama and Mexico, and then Canada and the United States, which is where I've got Mexico beating Panama. I think Panama's run does come to an end here. Again, they do have the goal leader in the Gold Cup right now with 5, but I think that Mexico is a slightly better team than them, and I think that they could definitely hold off this Panama team to score minimum goals in this hypothetical semifinal matchup. So, Mexico, they will move on to the finals, and then, of course, in the second semifinal, Canada versus the United States. Again, Malik Tillman, one of the higher scoring players for the U.S. men's national team when it comes to goal scoring. They have Chris Richards as well, obviously, who can score a lot of goals. He scored in that Saudi Arabia game from that set piece by Bernhalter. I think USA wins this game, and I think they move on to the final where they face Mexico, and I actually think Mexico is going to win this matchup. This is going to be a very good finals matchup if you're asking me. Again, U.S. men's national team not with any of their World Cup starters for right now, other than I believe Tyler Adams may play in the World Cup. Pochettino obviously trying to kind of experiment a little bit with different lineups and things like that. I just think that is where that will come to haunt them, and I think that Mexico will actually win the Gold Cup, the CONCACAF Gold Cup in 2025, and that will conclude, of course, the summer of soccer. Anyway, that is going to do it for the Gold Cup predictions. Let me know what you thought of them in the comments down below. Do not forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Of course, like I said, tomorrow we will either have FIFA Club World Cup knockout stage predictions, or we will talk about the NBA draft. Either of those videos will come on Friday or Monday, so hit that sub button, leave a comment down below. Obviously, let me know who you have winning in the group stage, or the knockout stage, of the Gold Cup in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I will, of course, see you in the next video. Peace.